Do you want to be the kind of person who allows their excuses to pile up? Or do you want to be the kind of person who takes today, this opportunity right now, to recommit? Recommit. Welcome back to another episode of Glowing with Talya. I'm your host, Talya, and I'm so glad that you're here. If you're new here, hi, my name is Talya. I will be your guide, your host on this beautiful journey, and today we're talking about recommitting. Now, let me tell you, this is a topic that I am very well versed with in myself as somebody who is high achiever, high performer, business owner, high performance coach. You bet your ass that I know about recommitment, because the journey, the process to accomplishing your goals, living in your purpose, creating the life that you want, that you are meant to have, the life that when you are living this version of you, you naturally and subconsciously inspire those around you because you are living in your purpose. When you're creating that life, it's not a one and done road. It's not an easy la-di-da pathway. No, 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 no. It's a process of recommitting time after time, day after day. You know what? A million times a day if you need to. So in today's episode, I'm going to share with you some of the strategies that I use to recommit. And I'm going to give you a little spice, a little pep talk, a big kick in the butt, and light this fire under your ass to recommit and give you the opportunity today to recommit to that which is on your heart to do. Okay? If you haven't yet connected to your heart's desires using my free guide that I give you when you sign up for my newsletter, go and do that. If you have, I'm so glad that you have and that you're clear on what you want, because that is the starting point. When you know what you want, you can get yourself there doing whatever you got to do, but you got to have your clear focus, right? There are days when it takes everything in you to just get out of bed. Right? And there are days when you feel so inspired, so on fire to chase after it, to get after it, to inspire other people. And what makes those days different from the days when you just want to give up, when you feel so deflated and you just can't push anymore? What makes those days different? The only difference is that you choose. There are some days when naturally you feel so inspired, high on life, high on your own desire. And there are other days when it is an effort to get yourself there. And especially for my women, because consistency looks different for women, it is a choice. Now, I know that you know the things that you need to do, that you know if you do them, you will feel better and you will get yourself back on track. But it's not enough to know, because why haven't you done them yet, right? The why haven't you done them yet is simply a story, a crazy eight loop that your brain is keeping you in. So, what you get to do is change the story. And it sounds so simple. And really, when you do this, you realize, oh my gosh, it is so simple. I can decide at any moment to recommit. And you might look back on the past day, the past week, the past month, the past year, and think to yourself, what was I waiting for? What was I doing with my time? Why was I dilly-dallying around? Because you realize in that moment that all it takes is a decision to change. Really? That's as simple as it is? So right now, I want you to take this as your opportunity to recommit. Know really hear me on this and say this to yourself. Repeat this to yourself. There is nothing from my past that I need to take with me into the future. This is my moment. This is my moment to recommit. And I'm going to do so right effing now. Thank you to everything that I've encountered and experienced up until this point. And I no longer need you. I now release you to the past. And I take this moment to fully commit. 10 toes down. Every time I hear that phrase, I think of hooves. 2 hooves in, 4 hooves in, and let's go. So, on those days when you are at your absolute lowest of the lows, you are struggle bussing along to get yourself out of bed, into the shower, into the gym, into your daily responsibilities, I want you to know that God always gives you moments of decision, seconds. Harness those seconds. You are given, beautifully given, time to decide in those moments what you're going to choose. I'll show you an example from my life. This morning, I woke up. What a revelation. Talya woke up. And when I did, and this often happens to me, by the way, I woke up, I was so cozy in my bed. I love my bed. I love my bed so much. So much. I woke up, I was so cozy, and I wasn't really excited for my day, to be honest with you. I was kind of in a slump, in a funk, and this just happens to me sometimes. If you're a woman, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is how it goes. And if you're a man, you probably resonate with that too, because it's called being a human. Not every day is sunshine and rainbows from the moment you wake up. Every day is God-given, and we thank the Lord for our breath that we get to breathe. But not every day feels the best right from waking up. So this morning I was feeling and I felt those few seconds of decision, those very few seconds where I could decide, do I want to go back to sleep and know that when I do, I'm going to feel even worse? Or am I going to push and get my booty up? You already know, based on the fact that I'm telling you this story, how my day went. I decided to get my booty up, get moving. Mel Robbins calls it the 5-second rule, and I love it. If you're not familiar with it, the 5-second rule is those 5 seconds that you give yourself, this countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to just boom, get after it. And capitalize on those moments where you are given the choice. You're always given the choice to move closer to your desired outcome or to default back into your pattern. In that case, the desired outcome was to get up and to just feel good, to feel better. And I know that getting up was going to get me there. The default pattern was to sleep in, to go back to sleep. Oh, so cozy. Who doesn't love sleeping in? But you know what happens when I sleep in? I wake up and I don't feel better. I feel like I just wasted the morning because I love to be awake during the morning. And because I know that about myself, even on days when it's a challenge to, I get out of bed. Okay? So for you, recognize those moments, those small, short seconds that you are given to make a choice, to make a different choice. And it's not easy, but those choices are the very things, the very moments that are shaping your life, shaping your future. And I know I'm sounding so serious right now because it's that serious. I care about you living in your purpose because I know what happens when you do. And I've talked about this on my podcast before, the ripple effect. You can go listen back to that episode. The ripple effect that happens when you make a different choice, when you decide to step up, to raise your standards, and to fill that space is just, it's astonishing. It's amazing what happens, okay? I was having a conversation with a friend, and she said, what are the ways that you get yourself out of that shame spiral? And I'll tell you, because I'm not immune to it. I'm not immune to falling off track. But when I do, I bring myself back because I know that the moment that I choose to recommit, that's when everything changes. And that moment can happen any time I recognize that I've fallen off track. Anytime I recognize it, I can get myself back up. And the same goes for you. So start with one, recognizing those moments when you have fallen off track. What I would tell you if you were to call me up and say, Talya, I am so fucking annoyed at myself right now because I have been just digging myself into a little hole for the past day because I feel like absolute crap about something that happened yesterday. And I just want to be done with this pattern. If you were to call me up with that attitude, I would tell you, girl, you're already halfway there. You're more than halfway there. You're like 90% of the way there because that moment of recognition is the very moment that you have that choice. And it's a small second choice to recommit. As soon as you say those words, I want to feel better. I just want to feel good. I want to get back on track. You are taking that powerful step to realign yourself. It is as simple as saying those words, harnessing that recognition, that awareness, and your willingness to recommit. If you're listening to this right now and you feel inspired and you feel lit up, I want you to know that you can feel this way every day, more of the time, all the time. And this is one of the reasons why people have high performance coaches. Because you are putting yourself in a conversation with somebody who's holding you to a higher level of standard. Now, I have a background in somatic therapy approaches, but the work that I do with high performance coaching takes you from the slump, from those default patterns that have been running in the background that I have too. That's why I have high performance coaches who hold me accountable, into that version of you that is aligned, that version of you that is living your calling, living your purpose, not negotiating with yourself. And I get really serious when I talk about this because I'm passionate, but it's also such a fun, playful process. And when I work with one-on-one clients, which by the way, if you're interested in being a client, go to my website, fill out the inquiry form. I will get back to you. I've opened my books to one-on-one clients and I'm so excited about it. So there's limited spots available. But if you know that you want to be one of those spots, I want to work with you too. Let's get on a call and see if it's a good fit. But the work is actually playful when you realize, oh, it's just about my moments of decision. I don't need to be in this loop because the loop is very convincing. Process actually becomes really simple and straightforward when you realize that, oh, every day, a million times a day. If it needs to be a million times a day, I can recommit. I can take myself from being off track to being on track a million times a day if I need to. And the caveat is, when you are avoiding accountability, when you don't have somebody in your life who is standing for you, who is holding you accountable, and it's hard to do that for yourself. This is why you have a high performance coach in your life. When you don't have somebody doing that for you, you default back into your patterns. You start to believe the sneaky story that, oh yeah, I should doubt myself. Oh yeah, I should play small. Oh yeah, that fear, that has a good point. No. Fear is doing nothing for you but holding you back. One of my favorite questions for this very topic of recommitting is asking myself, am I in fear or am I in love? Am I in fear or am I in love? And this is a question that is such a good pattern interrupt, especially for my women who are asking yourself, is this my intuition or is this fear? The next time you hear chatter in your mind and you're questioning, is this a story that's actually helping me or is it a story that's keeping me stuck and I'm not quite sure? Ask yourself that question. Is there fear here? Do I feel like I'm doubting myself? Do I feel like I'm questioning myself, my knowing, my truth? Or am I in love? Am I in my power? Am I rooted? So we talked strategy. We talked what happens in the morning when you need to recommit. And I hope that by now you're also seeing how simple it can be to go back, revise what needs to be revised, and move forward with newfound insight, newfound commitment. I hope that you're seeing that it's as simple as saying those words. I want to feel better. I want to feel good. I now choose to release the past and move forward because it really is that simple. Now it's simple. That doesn't mean that it's easy. I never said that. But you get to choose your hard. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following along with my riffing. I so appreciate you being here. May you enjoy the rest of this day. And when I say enjoy, I mean fully enjoy. Enjoy every single moment. That's all you have. And take this as your opportunity to recommit. I want you to use this as your opportunity to recommit. It is not by accident that you are listening to this episode right now. That dream that you have, that vision, that goal, that project, that habit, that hobby, that value that you feel like, yeah, I want to pour more into this right now. And for some reason, whatever the reason, I've been distracted, I've been unfocused, I've been reprioritizing, whatever the reason, I haven't been. This is your time to recommit. Take a journal, take a Post-it note, write it in your phone. I am recommitting to this. Send it off with love and care. You've done the work. Put it in the comments. What are you recommitting to? Put it in the comments. I recommit. I wish you all the best. May you enjoy this day. Sign up for my newsletter. Like I said, if you want the free guide to connecting with your heart's desires, the link will be in the description. You're also welcome to find me on my website for one-on-one work. Find me there. You can send me an email at love@talyamats.com. Follow me on social media. Like this episode. Rate the show. Follow the show. I'm so glad that you're here. I will see you in the next one.